Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. Today, after the old day job, I am off to check out the new horror film, The Strangers Chapter 1. This is the prequel to the 2008 home invasion film, and the 2018 film, its sequel that came out 10 years later. Anyways, this film tells the story of how the strangers became the strangers. Well, at least the first chapter. And this is what's interesting. From my understanding, this is the first of 3 films that's going to come out this year. I'm kind of hoping that they wait for the next 2 so we get one at Halloween and it's all Halloween themed, and then we get one at Christmas. Wouldn't that be great? Because, I mean, I love a good horror movie made during Halloween, and I like a Christmas horror movie just as much. That's just something I would like to see. But anyways, this is along the same lines, it looks like, of the other films where, you know, there's a couple in a cabin in the middle of the woods, the strangers show up and hold them hostage and do terrible things to them. Now, in these films, these aren't like your typical slasher movies. The strangers don't just show up and start killing people off. I'm not 100% sure how it played out in the 2018 film because I just really haven't got around to watching it yet. I figured I wouldn't worry about it considering these are prequels, so hopefully I don't have to see the 2018 film, but the trailer in that one made it look more like a slasher film, where the first movie in 2008 with Liv Tyler is a lot more of a suspense thriller slasher kind of thing. Not even really a slasher, because they break into their home and then just screw with them for the whole evening, just scaring the hell out of the couple that lives there. They play a trick to make one of the people kill their best friend and everything. It's a wild freaking movie, right? And here, I mean, you know what? It's been out for a long time. If you haven't seen it yet, sorry for the spoilers. Well, anyways, guys, it's enough of me sitting here jibber-jabbing. I gotta get to the old day job, and then I'm off to check out The Strangers Chapter 1. Welcome back, just getting home, and well guys, that was a movie about a place. There were things there, stuff happened. Yeah. Let's get this started, shall we? We're going to get things started with the negatives, then move into the positives to end the video on the ever so important high note. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to talk about in this movie is just how excruciatingly bland and boring this film is. This movie shouldn't have been called The Strangers Chapter 1. It should have been called The Strangers Hides in Closets, Crawl Spaces, and such, and does for most of the freaking movie. That is their idea of building atmosphere in this film. Close-ups of scared people's faces, breathing heavy. That's pretty much it. Heck, one of the main characters even has asthma, so we get a lot of breathing heavy in this film. The scares are not very good. This movie relies extremely heavily on jump scares. And one of the best jump scares in the film is in the trailer. Because I just love it when stuff like that happens. I love it when the best jokes and the best scares are in the trailer. That fills my heart with joy, knowing that I've already seen the best parts of the movie before I go into it. There was nothing scary or creepy or, as I keep saying, atmospheric about this film. It was extremely boring and bland. The film takes forever to get going, and when it does get going, it spends so much time trying to be clever that it doesn't do much of anything else. So not only do we have people hiding in corners doing their little scared faces, we also have the strangers just popping out of places every so often. They don't really do anything. Like, they just kind of show up, you know, like she turns on a lighter and like there's one of them like, or, you know, like you're standing near a window and then they just kind of creep up and look behind it. And the main characters never see these things. These are just things that are just there for the audience to make you go, oh, there they are. Oh, there they are. That's it. And it doesn't work if you keep doing it throughout the entire film. It's not scary. There was one scene in particular that I did like. It was very well done and very well crafted. And it was a shot. She's playing a piano. Something cool happens. I'm not going to go into details because it's probably the best executed part of the film. Not that it was scary. It was just neat. And I thought in that moment, oh, okay, all right. Well, it started off kind of slow, but here things are going to get better. That was well executed. I like that. And it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything. It just keeps trying to top itself in its cleverness, not scariness. Just how can the strangers pop out of things and look menacing without having faces? That was pretty much it. That's what they did. That was their idea of scaring you to death in this film. Jumping out at you or just creeping around. This film is also not a prequel. And I'll tell you, I know that to the best of my knowledge, this was supposed to be a prequel. There are 3 films, or maybe there's going to be 3 films. There's 3 films in this new trilogy, and they were supposed to take place before the 2008 film. So if this is a prequel, if this did take place before the 2008 film, why are people running around with freaking iPhones? Why in God's green earth do people have iPhones? Why are they staying at an Airbnb? These things did not exist in 2008. This is not a prequel. This is a remake, period. Not even a soft remake, not even a soft reboot or something like that. This film is a full-blown remake, and it's not done very well. It's almost beat per beat with the first film. I mean, seriously, if you've seen the first film, some of the best parts of this movie were taken directly from it. It is a remake, period. Good day, sir. I said good day. All right, so you're probably wondering, did I like anything about this film? Well, I did. And that was mostly the final girl in this film. I thought she did a good job. She was a pretty good actor. In fact, honestly, the acting in this film isn't terrible. Everyone does a fairly good job with the terrible script they were handed. The dialogue's not cheesy or anything. It's just not a good script. It's just not very well written. The pacing is also... Oh, I thought I was in positives. I'm sorry, I went right back to negatives. But yes, the pacing of this film is very boring. But yes, the acting, the cast really was the only thing that brought me any joy in this film whatsoever, was that they were at least trying their hardest to keep me entertained, because nothing else sure was. So guys, honestly, in all complete honesty, when it comes to this film, I do not think this movie is worth your time whatsoever. If you're curious, stream it. If you're a huge fan of the Strangers series, you're probably going to want to go see this movie. Maybe you'll like it. I heard a lot of people, I've started this thing where I'm leaving the theater. I try to listen to people's conversations. I try to pick up little bits and pieces of things to see how the audience liked the film. Because honestly, I don't think this movie's going to do bad in theaters. I think it's going to end up making a reasonable amount of money, because I went in a later showing on a Thursday and we were fairly full. It was a fairly full theater, but no one was leaving satisfied. I heard a couple of people, oh yeah, that was okay, I guess, but a lot of people going, man, the first film was a lot better, and you know what? I agree with them. So guys, out of curiosity, this is a streaming at home. Don't waste your time in theaters on this one. This week has not been the kindest to me, because my gosh, not that again, I still think that Back to Black had its good moments. There was some stuff that was there that was really nice, but God, painfully average. And then tonight, I don't really have much good things to say about this film. So okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for checking out The Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.